Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Keno Thomas with STEMwithKeno.com, and today I am going to do a little quick lesson. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible for the aviation pre-flight indoctrination people. As I've said before, my favorite online chart utility tool is skyvector.com, which you can see there. In today's mission, we're going to talk about one of the basic types of or methods of navigation. And the first one I'm going to talk about is pilotage. And while I'm here, let me just go ahead and, there's always a Google definition. So, pilotage. Alright, so pilotage. Let's go to the definition here. Alright, and let's see. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. So, and I don't even know why that popped up, but alrighty. Okay. I'm not sure if we can get an aviation or aviator's definition, so that's alright. Basically, what pilotage is knowing where you are, looking at your chart like this, and flying, some predetermined heading. So we know where we are. We're going to start out at Willow Grove Naval Air Station. So we're going to fly eastbound, and let's see here. Alright, Willow Grove is not depicted, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to plan this out, and then we're going to wind up at Lakehurst Naval Air and Max Field, and we'll put that in the plan. Okay, so basically what we're going to have here is we're going to have a heading of 110 and 43 nautical miles. So this will be a relatively short trip. Along our route of flight, what we will see is we should see Philadelphia Northeast Airport. We should be at we should be above 2,600 feet. This is the class Delta airspace, and the top of it comes up to 2,600 feet. So we're going to fly 3,000, and as we come along, this is Lakehurst Naval Air Station. We're not going to use communications, but everything here is 2,600, 2,600, 2,600. We have class Delta airspace here. If you want to know what the type of airspace, where it is, you can go to the legend here. But we'll save that for a later lesson. We'll come on back to our route of flight. And McGuire's class Delta airspace is here. The blue broken segmented lines. And finally, Lakehurst's broken blue lines. Now, here we have a restricted area, and this is something we want to take notice of. So, it is October 8th, 2011, and the Zulu time is 0248 Zulu. Alright, so we'll note this restricted area here and how our route of flight passes through it. So we want to see if this is hot. Restricted area 5001 Alpha and Bravo. Alright, 5001 Alpha and Bravo. Where are you? Okay, this is Alpha, restricted area 5001 Alpha, and this is restricted area 5001 Bravo. Alright, and this is the special use airspace on this sectional chart. Alright, what do we have here? The altitude is surface to 4,000, 0600 to 2300 hours. Alright, so we're going to be doing like a day flight for the most part. And let's see, you would talk to time of use 4 hours in advance. Controlling agency is McGuire approach. So maybe we would talk to McGuire Approach on 124.15 and say, yeah, McGuire Approach, this is Navy 12345. Navy 12345, go ahead. Yes, I'd like to know the status of Restricted Area 5001 Alpha in Bravo. Right. Now, this is surface to 4,000. This is 4,000 to 8,000. Let's see. Sunset. Sunrise to sunset, Friday through Sunday. Okay, so it is basically Monday, so 4,000 to 8,000 is not a factor. So when we fly, we could fly above this at 4,000 if it was active. So we could talk to McGuire Approach. McGuire is right there. We could talk to McGuire Approach, ask them if it was active before we got there on 124.15, and if they say it's active, and if not, then I say, no, it's inactive right now. What's your destination? We're going to Lakehurst. Okay, you're good to go. They're inactive. So those are just some operational considerations that we have to keep in mind. The flight portion of this is going to be a couple minutes. We're going to leave Lakehurst on runway 33, which is to the northwest, and then we're going to execute a left turn to 110. It'll be about 3,000 feet. We'll be looking for Philadelphia Northeast Airport. Inductotherm may show up, which is in New Jersey. This is the Delaware River. So we'll see Philadelphia Northeast. We'll see the Delaware River. We should see Inductotherm. We should see McGuire Air Force Base, and then we should see Lakehurst. We should see the New Jersey Turnpike. All right, so this is what pilotage is. It's looking outside the window and just saying, hey, you know what? There's it. I'm here. This is this. I'm here. Ooh, there's Philadelphia Northeast. I'm here. Hey, there's the Delaware River. We're heading eastbound. We're over the river. Okay, so it's like the simplest form of navigation. So without further ado, we'll go to the flight portion and we'll see how this little thing comes out. All right, here we go. Okay, so the aircraft that we're using is the T-34. Alright, and we can look around, we can see all the nice little pretty little gauges and stuff, and you know, we got her all fired up and ready to go. Alright, so alright, we won't even use any radio navigation. We'll strictly do this old school. Alright.
5689er, contact Washington Center on 124.775. 124.775 for orbit 5689er.
Alright, so like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to execute a left turn on climb out. Alright, so let's get her off the ground. We're airborne. Positive rate, gear up. Alright, our wheels are up and we're going to execute a left turn to 110 as published on the chart there. So here we go. And I hope my voice comes in pretty good so you guys can hear what's going on, but we're executing a left turn to a heading of 110. Now I'm looking down a little bit because we have a heading indicator. We're currently pointed to the southwest. This is west and this is south. So we're in a southwesterly heading and we're bringing her around to 110 degrees. We also have our compass here. And it's a magnetic compass. There's some flaws built into it. But at any rate, we will keep pressing on here. Currently 2,900 feet. And we'll just pretend... sorry, 2,100 feet right now. That was 19. And let's get this nose out of the sky. Alright. So we're going to level out here. And I am going to try to work on... Jeez, please, baby. Alright. Getting this thing trimmed out. And I can see Philadelphia Northeast Airport right now. And so that is the first landmark we should see. Alright, we just left Lakehurst. Philadelphia Northeast Airport should be ahead and on our right side. After Philadelphia Northeast, we should see the Delaware River.
New York Center, Pacifica 2648 with you. Pacifica 2648, New York Center, roger.
Okay, so Trenton Mercer Airport should be to the north of us, and I don't really have a positive identification, so I won't call it out, but I definitely have Philadelphia Northeast. We should see the skyline. Alright, there's the Philadelphia skyline, which is right about there off our wing. And this is Philadelphia Northeast Airport. Now, I am going to give you an idea of how we kind of back up what we see in pilotage. And I'm just letting the altitude just do whatever it wants to, because we normally wouldn't do that, but I'm just doing that today because as long as we're above 2,600 feet, I'm happy. There's also Class B airspace that we have to deal with, and we'll talk about Class Bravo airspace at a later date. Alright, so that is Northeast Philadelphia Airport, or Philadelphia Northeast Airport, sorry. And then we have the Turnpike. I mean the Delaware River. Alright, we might be able to see the Pennsylvania Turnpike. This could possibly be it right here. Maybe. Not sure. And this could be 95. Probably it might be 95. But at any rate, I know that this is definitely the Delaware River. We have Philadelphia Northeast Airport right here that we just passed over. Alright. Let me see. Sometimes you can see the runway. That is runway 246 and 3315. Alright. So we can see the runway numbers, and so we know where we're at. Alright. And
New York Center, Beach, November 889er Ford Hotel with you. Beach, November 889er Ford Hotel, New York Center, roger. Altimeter 299er 2.
okay, this, I don't know if this is 95 or not. I'm not going to make that assumption, and I wouldn't make any navigation assumptions.
New York Center, roger.
Alright. We'll let that chatter go on. Alright, so we're looking good. We're over the Delaware River. So at this time, I go to my map or my chart, and I say, okay, alright, we're flying along. We started here. We passed Philadelphia Northeast Airport. Now this blue body of water here, it's kind of hard to see with all the other stuff, but this is blue water. Alright, this is the Delaware River. So we're currently positioned here, and we're pretty much halfway through with our trip. All right, we're going to pick up McGuire Air Force Base, and then we'll pick up Lakehurst Naval Air Station, and we will enter the pattern for runway 6. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Like, yeah, see?
Global Freeway 8957. Contact Washington Center on 124.775. 124.775. Global Freeway 8957. Pacifica Niner 14. Contact New York Center on 118.975. Kenmore 6543. Contact New York Center on 118.975.
And this is a pretty cool aircraft. I've flown this airplane before. You have that really good visibility. You can look all the way around. The only way that the visibility is limited, you can't really see below the wings. Can't see through the wings. So a lot of times what you would do is you would just rock around like this just to kind of, you know, if I wanted to kind of see what was under the wings or what had been blocking, I'll drop the wing a little bit and then bring it back up. On the right side, I drop the wing a little bit and then bring it back up. So that's how we deal with the visibility issues. And I believe we're coming up on McGuire Air Force Base in a minute here. It looks like this is it right off the nose. And I'm slightly off course just a little bit. So I'm going to make an adjustment. Because we should be to the north, so to speak, of McGuire Air Force Base. And let's just check that. Yeah. So yeah, our line, McGuire Air Force Base, we should see the runways, and we should be north of it, and then we should see Lakehurst Naval Air Station. So, moving right along. We're looking good. We know where we is going. All right. And this is a fully aerobatic aircraft, so, well, it's not necessary. Sometimes, if you couldn't see the runway and you're above 3,000 feet and your aircraft is rated, and you're pretty much clear, look around, we don't see any other airplanes, then what we could do is, boom. Okay, and that looks like McGuire to me. Okay, we're inverted, and that is McGuire right there, because sometimes the nose gets in the way. So that is definitely McGuire Air Force Base. Right. How you would really, know that, hey, how do I know beyond the shadow of a doubt? Well, I've been using pilotage the whole time, and I can look at the runway numbers.
Orbit 7567. Contact New York Center on 118.975. Going to 118.975. Orbit 7567.
So basically, if I'm pointing at 110, I'm over McGuire. I know I'm over McGuire. I kind of let the altitude kind of do its thing. We're at 5,100 feet. We're about 5,000 feet. So at this time, the restricted area is no longer a factor. We're above it. We're above the active or possibly active, which surfaced to 4,000 feet. So we're at 5,000 feet. So we're pretty much good to go. At this point, you could have called McGuire Air Force Base, and we'll pause for a second. 124.775 to reach Niner Fort Hotel. Okay, and this is probably Lakehurst right here. But we're going to fly over it, and then we're going to make pattern entry. Alright, so yeah, what I was saying was, we know we're over McGuire, which is right there on our 5 o'clock position. And we travel to the north of it like we planned. And we drifted a little bit to the right, I believe, so now this is why I'm flying a heading of 100. And you can see this right in the compass right ahead in front of you. It's right there in front of you. Now, the T-6 Texan is the other trainer aircraft, but I don't have the Navy paint for it. I like this since we're preparing naval aviators, use the naval paint. So as soon as I get naval paint for the T-6, I'm going to start using it. It's got the training air wing labels, all that stuff and everything. Yeah, this is a good bird. All right.
Climb and maintain flight level 300. Climb and maintain flight level 300.
Now the cool thing about that's McGuire back there. The cool thing about Lakehurst is they have blimp hangars there. And they're pretty visible. So what I'm looking at is I'm seeing some structures out here that are like kind of outstanding terrain features, and 9 times out of 10 this is probably going to be Lakehurst. But we will not bet on it until we actually get a visual confirmation. What else? Any other things I wanted to point out? So we passed McGuire, and let's come back to our chart. We look at our chart and say, okay, we're here. We're actually above the restricted area right now. So we're almost at the we're at the destination of this flight, and but that's Lakehurst. I'm sure of it. And then you have the Atlantic Ocean, big, giant, outstanding terrain feature. If you're flying over New Jersey and you're flying eastbound and you don't realize that this is the Atlantic Ocean, Houston, we have a problem. All right, so we're still going to keep it high above the restricted area. We're going to respect it, and that would be this area down here.
Pacifica 5173, New York Center, roger.
You know, so basically this is just a part of your aviation pre-flight indoctrination prep. You can look at books and you can read them all day long and stuff, but unless you have a visual aid to back things up, it's kind of hard to visualize. So that is the whole purpose of this, to help you guys visualize what's going on and stuff. So while we're waiting to get above our destination airport, we'll talk about some other things. We often talk about the 5 major components of an aircraft. Okay, so let's position here and let's talk about it. Okay, 5 major components. We have the power plant. We call it a power plant because it does more than just drive the airplane.
Traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 330, Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
And
Pacifica 5173, traffic is 9 o'clock, 3 miles at flight
yeah, this is really annoying me, the air traffic control stuff.
Report them in sight. SOAR 354, contact Washington Center on 124.775.
Okay, looks like I'm not even sure if they have
Pacifica 5173, path to Boeing, deviating the site.
okay, there's Lakehurst, so we passed it a little bit. But that's okay, just knowing where you are. Alright. So that's good. That is Lakehurst Naval Air Station right there. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's get in. And again,
3273,
this is a fully aerobatic aircraft.
4.775. orbit 3273.
And let's get this bird slowed down. And we're going to make pattern entry for runway 6. So I'm just looking at our direction on the directional gyro. We're pretty much headed west. So runway 24
537, contact New York Center on 118.
will be kind of slanted a little bit. So we'll cross the runway. We'll cross the airport. This is runway 6 right here. That's 24. 24 is going this way. Alright, so we're going to make left traffic for runway 6. And alright, 200 knots. We're a little hot, but we'll take care of the speed here in a minute. Alright. So like I said, that is runway 24 like I told you. And we will get into the downwind leg of the pattern.
73, contact New York Center on 118.975. Going to 118.975, Pacifica 517.
And that is runway 6. So that's where we're landing, folks. Landing gear extended, down 3 green. And I would say your landing gear should be down in the downwind. That is runway 6. And let's see if speed checks. Get some drag on. And that is the approaching of our runway. We're now on the base leg. We're left base for runway 24.
New York Center, orbit 3057, with you, flight level 280. Orbit 3057, New York Center, roger.
And we're about to make final turn left, or final approach for runway 24. Okay, we're on final. A little off to the right there, but I'm correcting. I haven't flown this sim in a minute, but it's all good. I got the skills to pay the bills. Runway 6 confirmed.
Pacifica 7146, contact Washington Center on 124.7.
Touchdown.
124.775 for Pacifica 7146.
Okay, folks, so we have made it to Lakehurst Naval Air Station in New Jersey. Just to give you a brief overview of what happened. If you came in late on the video, we basically started at Willow Grove Naval Air Station. Alright. Yeah, Willow Grove Naval Air. And we flew a heading of 110, 43 miles was the distance of this leg, and we saw Philadelphia Northeast. We saw the Delaware River. We saw, I didn't see the New Jersey Turnpike, but I did see McGuire Air Force Base, and I was actually running my mouth, and we got a little bit past Lakehurst, but After I got done running my mouth, then I basically got back on point. So that's really it. That's pilotage. This is one of the 3 basic methods of navigation. We're going to talk about radio navigation, and we're going to talk about dead reckoning as well in future videos. So if you're preparing for API, stay tuned for a lot of videos that are going to be coming up that will help you in your transition to getting winged. All right, I'm Kino, STEMwithKino.com. I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great evening.